People are taxed. We are spread thin. We are distracted. We're constantly multitasking. And in response to this stress, we're pulling back from each other. We're retreating. It's an instinctual response. And if we don't do things a different way, we're all going to be swept away. This is already happening. So several years ago, I led a group of teenagers on a program in Tibet. We were finishing up a 2-day grueling hike in the jungles. And jungle is a word, when you hear it, you're like, ooh, super exotic. But when you're in it, it's pretty miserable. It's loud, it's hot, there are bugs. So the group is hiking along in just full-blown complaining mode. You know, my backpack is so heavy. I'm so tired. All I want is a hamburger. At least now I know I never want to hike again. I'm bringing up the rear, listening to this complaining. When all of a sudden someone in the group goes, oh, there are bees. And I'm thinking, okay, does anyone in this group have a bee allergy? And then I spot that the trail that we're on winds down to a river, and I'm thinking, oh no, a river crossing with all these folks. And then at the same moment, the skies open up and it starts pouring down, that same sheets of rain coming down like the flood in Boulder I was talking about. And I'm thinking, great, flash floods, slippery trails. And just as all of this is going through my head, I can see the students looking back at me. And I go, yeah, it's great. We're on an adventure. We got this. And so the rain lets up a little bit, and we pass the bees, and we get down to the river. And my co-instructors and I, we decide we're going to go ahead with the river crossing. And so we give a quick river crossing briefing to the students. We're like, okay, unbuckle your backpacks, step into the river. Don't try to balance on any rocks. Just go to the bottom of the river, face into the current, and lock arms with each other. And half the group is like, yeah! And the other half is like, not so sure about this. But we all step into the river. And we step in, the cold river is washing around our legs, and we got soggy boots that we're trying to get across these stones. And we're locking arms with each other, just instinctively propping up the person next to us as they slip. And behind us, our guide enters the river, and he's shouting over the water and the rain. He's like, everybody is safe, everybody is safe. And I don't know if he was trying to reassure himself or the students, but it definitely reassured me. And as we exit on the other side of the river, everyone's talking about this great adventure that we're on and giving each other high fives. And I'm struck by the reality that if I had been hiking alone, I would have likely been caught on the other edge of this current, or I would have been swept away if I tried to do it alone. And I also noticed the transformation in the group from totally negative to excited and positive and ready for the next adventure just by tackling this one thing together, by standing in the current together. And this is what we need to do. We need to face the current, the rushing river of our culture right now and stand together. And why together? Because it increases our chances of success. It's through meaningful connections that we remember to look up from this grind, to check in with each other, to laugh, to tell stories, to support and receive support. And when we get that, our foundation of safety will be built and reconstructed. And we do this not by pulling back entirely from society and taking a 10-day meditation retreat. We do this by changing our habits. We do this by changing our habits of connection on a daily basis in a specific way and having a plan about this.